Hey guys, so I know that I've told you guys how much I love the flavor of pandan. So today I'm actually going to be making a pandan cake for you guys. And the cake is just so soft and moist, and with that amazing flavor of pandan in the background, I thought that it would just be a nice take on kind of not a typical vanilla sponge cake. So I can't wait to show you guys this recipe. So let's head over to the kitchen and then let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start off this very moist cake with making a little vegan buttermilk. So I have 2 cups of soy milk here, and then to that I added 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar, whooshed that around until it thickened just a bit. And then I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of pandan liquid, and this is just me taking about 10 pandan leaves and a couple tablespoons of water and then just grinding that up. If you wanna add a little extra pandan essence, I'd recommend doing that because it also makes the cake a little bit green as well. So I guess it's just more like an actual pandan cake. And then to that, I'm going to add about 2/3 of a cup of oil. So this is what's going to make the cake super light, but also super moist. After that, I'm going to be adding about 3/4 of a cup. You can add a little bit less or even substitute it for a sugar substitute, and then just add that in, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And then this is my flour mixture. So I have about 2.5 cups of flour. Makes a lot of cake. A little baking powder, a little baking soda, pinch of salt. Recipe is going to be down below. And then I'm just going to whisk this in. You want to add in about a half of the flour mixture at a time, just so that I can get rid of any lumps and I make sure that everything is incorporated. So it does start lumpy, but then it gets super smooth like this. So after which I have 2 8.5-inch cake pans that I have oiled, and then also put parchment paper on as well. And I'm just gonna divide this up as evenly as possible. I think one pan is slightly smaller than the other. So tap it out, tap out any of the air bubbles, and then you want to put it into a preheated 350-degree oven, 25 to 30 minutes. And these guys poof up a lot, and you're just gonna do the typical toothpick test. Just stab that down the middle and make sure that it comes out clean. It is a very moist cake. So afterwards, leave it in a cool place to cool just before you frost it, or if you intend to frost it. I know for me, if it happens to be just, a simple basic yellow cake, I love just eating that straight from the oven when the cake is still nice and warm. But if you are going to be doing some decorating with it, just wait a little bit just in case if the frosting happens to be melting. So I'm just going to show you how I invert this cake. So you usually put a piece of saran wrap on the bottom just so that it won't stick, because this cake is so moist. And I'm just going to peel back the parchment paper that we had put in earlier so that that doesn't stick. But look at how moist, and like all the little air bubbles and pockets, like you can tell that it is going to be a good cake. And then just invert it one more time, and then the top just won't stick to the other cake. And again, for me, I'm just going to be eating this cake nice and plain because I love that flavor of pandan. And if anything, I would say just a little bit of sweetened coconut whipped cream up on top, or a sweetened coconut whip, and that would be perfect. So I'm just laying this on top of a banana leaf. Usually you can find it in your produce section. They sell it by packages and it's pretty cheap, and it's lovely for things like this because the banana leaf also reminds me of pandan as well. Tropical flavors, everything goes together. So look at how moist and airy and delicious that cake looks. So I just wanted to cut into that for you. And I mean, it would be delicious frosted, but it's also amazing if you just eat it straight out of the oven or just with a little bit of coconut whipped cream. Anyways guys, there you have it, my pandan sponge cake. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and you'll definitely try making it. As usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!